Okay, so we have here example number 6 from page 30. Sketch the graph of p of x is equal to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10. So in order to sketch the graph of this function, we need to find the roots. These roots are actually the solutions or zeros that we can obtain by applying the rational root theorem. So by the way, why sketch? Bakit sketch lang? So, sketch siya kasi sa gagawin natin, hindi tayo accurate sa pagdrawing ng graph ng function. But if we are going to make use of applications such as Desmos, Graphmatica, or yung sa FX Mathematics, then those are actually will give us the accurate graph. Pero ang gagawin natin sa papel ninyo, we're just simply going to sketch. Okay? So, the rational root theorem was discussed in your second module, and I hope that you were able to answer the activities in that module for you to be able to easily do the activities in this third set of module. Okay, so p of x is equal to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10. Para magamit natin yung rational root theorem, kailangan nating identify yung c. Ano ba yung c? C is actually the constant which is number 10. Yun yung walang variable na x. So, c is equal to 10. Now, ano yung mga numbers? What are the factors that can divide 10 and give us a result which is also still a whole number, yung walang decimal or hindi fraction? So, ano yung mga yon? So, we have 10 times 1. Ang sagot, 10 divided by 1, the answer would still be 10. Now, how about if we have negative 10 divided by negative 1? Still, the answer is 10. That's why we have there the plus and minus, para matipid natin yung pagsulat. Pero kung gusto nyo rin, pwedeng identify nyo positive 10, positive 1, negative 10, negative 1. So, okay? So, ano pa yung ibang numbers? We also have 5 and 2. 10 divided by 5, the answer would be 2. So, plus and minus. Next, D. Ano yung D? Saan manggagaling yung D? Manggagaling yung D dun sa coefficient, numerical coefficient, nung may pinaka-highest exponent. Saan dyan ang pinaka-highest exponent? We have here, x raised to 3. One mat number na. Even if we do not see a number there, we always have there a number, and that is actually 1. So, what are the factors of 1? Isa lang yun, or dalawa lang. We have positive 1 and then negative 1. So, positive 1 times positive 1, 1. Negative 1 times negative 1, positive 1 pa rin. So, ito na yung mga pagpipilian lang natin para dito sa third part, C over D. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Yung C over D, didivide lang natin yung C kung ano yung nakuha natin sa D. Hindi itong 10 over 1, kundi itong mga factors na nakuha natin. And if we're going to notice here, 10, positive 10 divided by positive 1, the answer will still be 10. And if you also have negative 10 divided by negative 1, the answer is still 10. Pwede rin, positive 10 divided by negative 1, negative 10. And then negative 10 divided by positive 1, the answer is still negative 10. So, ganun lang yung mangyayari din sa ibang numbers. Kapag ang D natin ay positive and negative 1, parang kukopyahin lang natin kung ano yung meron sa C. So, ang meron lang tayo ngayon na pagpipilian para sa factors ng P of X ay positive negative 10, positive negative 1, positive negative 5, and positive negative 2. Ilan yan? 8. 8. Bakit 8? we have the plus and minus. Okay. So, paano natin i-apply yung C over D? Mamimili tayo dyan ng ilan? Tatlo. Bakit tatlo? Because the highest exponent is actually 3. So, nung niya kadakdalan nga exponent, that's also the number that we need as the number of roots. Gamitin natin ang synthetic division. Let's try negative 1. So, negative 1. So, x is equal to negative 1. Lagay natin siya sa isang corner, negative 1. And then, the numbers here would be coming from the function. So, 1, negative 6, 3, and then 10. So, galing yan dito. Tinanggal lang natin yung mga x. Pero yung kung negative siya, kasali. Let's draw the line. For the first, to do the synthetic division, yung pinakaunang number doon, i-bring down lang natin 1. And then from here, 1 times negative 1, negative 1. Now, i-add natin yung dalawa. What is negative 6 plus negative 1? Negative 7. Add ito, add, pababa. So, next, multiply natin. Negative 7 times negative 1. So, negative times negative is equal to positive. So, magiging positive 7. Ano ang 3 plus 7? 10. Ano ang 10 times negative 1? Negative 10. Ano ang 10? Minus 10? 0. So, this is actually the depressed equation. So, pwede natin gamitin to para ituloy-tuloy natin yung synthetic division. Hindi kailangan na simulan ulit natin dito sa manggagaling dito. Okay? Pero pwede rin naman. So, negative 1 is a factor. Next, we try 2. X is equal to 2 para maikakun natin doon. Okay. Next, draw a line. Hanggang dito lang kasi 0 naman na yon. So, dito sa 2, so divide natin ng 2. So, ito na tayo, meron na tayong 1, negative 7, at saka 10. Bring down 1, multiply that to 2, 2. What is 2 minus 7? Mas malaki yung negative 7 kaysa dun sa 2. Subtract natin 5. Negative 5. Parang ang idea lang dito, may utang kang 7 pesos. Tapos nagbayad ka, yung positive 2, may pera ka, pinagbayad mo yung 2. Ilan ang naiwan? Meron ka pa rin utang na 5, kaya negative. Now, what is negative 5 times 2? Negative 10. And what is 10 minus 10? 0. So, nakuha natin yung pangalawa. X is equal to 2. Negative 5. So, pwedeng ang pagpilian natin dito ay positive or negative 5. Now, let's try positive 5. So, x is equal to positive 5. Lagay natin siya dito sa gilid. Then, line. Bring down 1. 1 times 5. 5. What is negative 5 plus 5? 0. Kailangan na makuha natin dito ay 1, 0. X is equal to 5. So, meron na tayong x is equal to negative 1, 2, and 5. So, yan na yung tatlong roots na kailangan natin para ma-graph yung P of X. Okay, so meron tayo ng roots or x-intercepts. Those are the numbers that we obtain from the rational root theorem. So, pag sinabing roots, x-intercept, solution, or zeros, iisa lang yung tinutukoy doon. Now, ano bang intercept? So, x-intercept and y-intercepts, those are the numbers that are on the y and x axis. So, yun yung mga numbers sa Cartesian plane kung saan dadaan yung ating graph. So, kung x-intercept, then yun yung nasa pahiga na linya. Tapos, yung y-intercept, yun naman yung sa nakatayong linya. So, paano makuha yung y-intercept? Para makuha yung y-intercept, substitute lang natin ang x is equal to 0. So, ito yung ating original equation. I-substitute natin ng 0. So, palitan lahat ng x ng 0. 0, 0, 0, and 10. 0 raised to 3, 0. 0 raised to 2, 0 times 6, negative 0. Kasi kunin natin yung sign doon. 3 times 0, 0. And then 10. If we're going to simplify this, the answer would be 10. Therefore, our y-intercept is equal to 10. So, mamaya dun sa graph, makikita natin dyan yung mga x-intercept at y-intercepts. Okay, so meron tayo ditong Cartesian plane. We have here our x-axis, yung nakahiga, and then the y-axis. So, kung ma-observe natin, dito ang bilangan is per unit. Ang per unit ko dito ay 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. While for the y-axis, yung nakatayong linya, ang units ko dyan ay tig 5. So, from this point, from the origin up to the first line, that is 5 units, plus 5 ulit, 10, plus 5, 15. Ganon din dito pababa, negative 5, negative 10. Pero, hindi pwede na ang gagawin mo ay, for example, negative 1, tapos 5. Kailangan pareho pa rin yung mga bilang, yung mga intervals dun sa mga numbers na nandoon. Nagagamitin natin sa Cartesian plane. So, unang gagawin natin, i-plot natin itong mga x-intercept at y-intercept. So, x-intercept, negative 1. So, dito yan. Positive 2. And then positive 5. So, x-intercept, roots, solution, zeros, dito natin ilalagay sa x-axis. And then, para sa y-intercept naman, since y is equal to 10, saan dyan? Dito ba sa negative 10 or sa positive 10? Dun sa positive 10. So, ibig sabihin, yung graph natin, pwedeng mga ganito ang gagawin. Dadaan siya dito sa points na to, at dun sa point na 10. Okay, so kung mapapansin natin, bumuo ng 4 na intervals yung ating tatlong roots. Ito yung una, interval A, interval B from negative 1 to positive 2, and then from 2 to 5, that is our interval C, and then 5 pataas, that is our interval D. So usually, lahat yan, si interval A at D, nag-extend. Si interval A, papunta sa negative. Si interval D, papunta sa positive. Okay, mula dito sa mga intervals na nabuo, kailangan nating hanapin or gamitin ang table of signs para mahanap natin yung location ng curve ng graph na yon. So dito, ang una, this is interval A, interval B, interval C, interval D. Naka-pattern lang siya dito. So, kung mapapansin natin, x is less than negative 1. So, take note kung saan nakaturo yung bunganga nung greater than or less than symbol, yun yung mas malaking number. Tinuturo niya yung mas maliit. So, dito, x is less than negative 1, tinuturo niya yung mga number mas mababa sa negative 1. At yun yung mga number like negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and to negative infinity. So, gagamit tayo dyan ng parenthesis. Dito rin sa interval B, nakagitna yung x. So, how are we going to read this? So, we're going to read it as x is greater than negative 1 but less than 2. So, yun. X is greater than negative 1 but less than 2. So, dito lang yan. So, ano yung mga pwedeng numbers na kunin natin dyan? We have 0 and 1, 1 and a half, and the others. Pero mas madali para kung mag-solve tayo, yung mga whole number ang kunin natin. Interval C, x is less than 2, x is greater than 2, but less than 5. Yan yung mga numbers dito. We have 3 and 4. And then, x is greater than 5. Lahat ng mga numbers mas mataas sa 5. So, mayroon tayong 6, 7, 8 until positive infinity. So, yung pattern nandito, kung mapapansin natin yung mga arrows, lahat naman dito na una nakaturo sa doon. That is our left. If you're facing this presentation, nasa left. Tapos yung panghuli, nakaturo siya sa right. Okay? Saan galing tong factors? X plus 1, x minus 5, x minus 2. Those are from the roots. So, tignan natin na yung mga roots, pwede nating isulat yan as factors of p of x would be equal to x plus 1 mula sa negative 1 nagiging positive 1 kapag katabi na niya yung variable. Multiply that to x. Yung 2 magiging negative 2 and then yung 5 magiging negative 5. So these are the factors. These are the roots. So, paano gamitin ang table of signs? So, simple lang. Kuha lang tayo ng mga test values from those numbers na makikita rin natin dito. At isa-substitute natin dito and then we compute. Is it positive? Kung ano ba yung sagot? Kung positive ba or negative? So, simulan natin dito sa interval A. Ano yung mga number less than negative 1? Less than negative 1, mga nandiyan. Kunin na natin ito pinakamalapit, negative 2. Ano ang negative 2 plus 1? Negative 2 plus 1, mas malaki yung 2. So, pwede natin isipin, mayroon kang utang na 2, tapos may pera kang piso, pinangbayad mo ang naiwan, utang. Negative. Ganon din dito, negative 2 minus 5. So, mayroon kang utang na 2. Nangutang ka ulit ng 5, meron kang utang na 7 pesos, so negative. Doon sa isa, negative din. Negative 2 minus 2. Utang-utang, so negative. Kunin natin tong, para naman sa f of x, i-multiply lang natin to pababa. What is negative times negative? Positive. So positive times negative, negative. So negative siya. Para masagot ito, pag negative yon, ang isulat lang natin dito ay below the x-axis. Kapag positive, then it's above the x-axis. So, since it is negative, then below. So, the graph is below the x-axis. Gawin natin itong susunod. What are the numbers between negative 1 and positive 2? Para madali, kunin natin yung 0. So, 0 plus 1, ang sagot, positive. Positive 1. 0 minus 5, negative 5. 0 minus 2, negative 2. So, positive times negative, negative times negative, we have positive. So, kung positive, it would be above the x-axis. Sunod, from 2 to 5. So, ano yung mga numbers between 2 and 5? Meron tayong pwedeng pagpilian ditong dalawa. 3 or 4. Kunin natin yung 3. 3 plus 1 is positive 4. So, kung mapapansin, ang kinukuha ko lang dito, yung sign. Hindi ko kailangan yung eksaktong sagot. Yung sign lang. Kasi nga, table of sign. Para lang ma-identify natin nasaan yung curve nung graph. Kung nasa taas ng x-axis or nasa baba ng x-axis. So, 3 minus 5, meron kang 3 pesos. May utang ka na 5. Ang naiwan, utang na 2, so we have negative. 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2, meron kang pera na 3 piso. May utang kang 2 pesos. Pinangbayad mo, ang naiwan, positive. Positive times negative, negative. Times positive, negative pa rin. So, negative yan, then this would be below the x-axis. And the last, ano yung mga number greater than 5? So, kahit kuha tayo ng anong number dyan, Pwede. Basta greater than 5. Pwede ba ang 100, 1,000? Pwede. Pero, masyadong madami kang isosolve. So, pwede natin kunin yung pinakamalapit. Sige, 6. Pwede ring 10, 20, 30, 21, 20. Kahit anong number, basta greater than 5. So, 10. Anong 10 plus 1? 11. Positive ba siya? Positive. 10 minus 5. 5. Positive? Yes, it's a positive. 10 minus 2? 8. Positive? Positive. So, positive times positive, positive times positive, positive pa rin. So, it would be above. So, ito yung kailangan natin para mag-sketch tayo ng graph. Take note, yung mga intercept, yun yung mga dadaanan ng graph. So, nasabi ko kanina, sketch lang gagawin natin. Just simply show kung paano yung pagka-curves nung graph. So, dito sa una, A. Interval A. Ano yung sagot natin? Below. So, take note, dadaan siya dito. So, pwedeng ganyan lang yung graph. Pero, syempre, pag iayos natin, kailangan maayos yung curve. So, guide lang muna ito. A. And then, B is above. Kailangan above siya kasi kailangan niyang daanan yung 10. So, pwedeng ganun. And then, C. Ang C natin ay below. So, bababa ulit siya. And then, expect na yung interval din natin above aakyat. Ganyan. So, iayos lang natin yung curve niya dito sa interval A. So, the graph would look like this when we're going to sketch. So, paano sir yung level nung curve dito? Doon, okay lang kasi meron yung 10. Dito, hindi natin alam. So, dito, kailangan papasok na dyan ang calculus. So, hindi naman natin yung sakop ngayong grade 10. That would be for grade 11 and 12. Yung mga kukuha ng STEM, sila ang makaka-encounter kung paano makukuha yung pinakamababang part nito. So, ayan. So, papel natin sa page 30, ganyan yung itsura ng graph. Oops, hindi kita o ganyan. So, nakuha lang natin kung paano yung kanyang pag-curve. So, ito na yung magiging sagot. So, review natin. Kapag given sa atin ay yung function, we need to find the roots. Paano natin makukuha? We are going to make use of the rational root theorem. Kukuha natin yung roots, pwedeng gumamit tayo ng synthetic division or remainder theorem. Itetest lang natin lahat ng mga numbers dito. Next, pag nakuha natin yung roots, those are actually our x-intercepts. Sila yung number na ipla-plot natin dito sa x-axis. Kailangan natin yung y-intercept. Para makuha yung y-intercept, palitan lang natin yung x ng 0. Yan. Tapos solve natin, simplify natin. Yung sagot doon, yan yung magiging y-intercept. Kung saan dadaan yung line or yung curve or yung graph doon sa x, sa y-axis. At yan ay ito. Kailangan natin yung factors. X plus 1, x minus 2, x minus 5. Manggagaling yan dito sa roots. Parang binaliktad lang natin yung sign and then we place yung variable x. We need the table of signs. So, dito sa table of signs, gagamitin natin yan para makuha ulit kung saan yung position ng graph base dito sa x-axis. Kukunin natin yung mga intervals. Galing dito, so yun yung hati. So, meron tayong interval A, B, C, and then D. So, 4 din yan. Ano yung mga numbers? Below negative 1. So, ang kukunin lang actually natin dito, we have negative 1, negative 1, 2, 2, 5, 5. Ano yung mga numbers na yun? Those are actually the roots. So, i-arrange natin siya pataas. Simulan natin sa pinakamababang negative, and then pataas na kung ano yung positive number. And then yung format na doon, less than, less than, less than, less than, less than, doon na magiging greater than. Kuha tayo ng mga test values dito. I-test natin dyan. Kunin natin yung sign. So, pagpababa, multiply natin. So, para sa f of x, kung negative, below. Kung positive, above. And then, sketch natin yung graph. So, this is how it looks, the graph of p of x.